Hey guys, welcome to a brand new edition of the Screen Team. We've got a full hour of movie reviews, a lot to do. We'll be doing the brand new Star Trek movie. We'll be doing the movie Joy, also The Odd Couple. We'll be doing Summer School, The Iron Giant. Michael, we've got a whole bunch that we're going to be doing today.
You got a whole different genre going on there. I like it.
We've got cartoons, we've got classics, we've got science fiction.
But that's what we're here for, though.
Yeah.
We love the movies.
We love the movies, and I've got Michael here with us. Michael, we're going to be doing a movie that maybe some people might know about.
Yeah.
If you were probably born before 1986.
Exactly.
You might know it.
If you're a little kid in the 80s, you probably will know it. So, and it's very nostalgic movie to me. It's probably you too.
Yeah, it's called Flight of the Navigator. It was released by Disney in the mid 1980s, and I don't know if you ever watched it a lot, but I used to see this movie a lot on The Wonderful World of Disney.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's funny you say that. That's actually one of the points I wanted to bring up. Is that movie? I think if there's a top maybe 10 list of movies, that's going to be one of them. That is very nostalgic to me. That brings back that. I don't know. I see being a little kid, the summers back in California, even the shirt the little boy wore in it. I was like, dude, I have that shirt. I swear.
It's hilarious.
So I watch it, and I think of summer times, hearing the sprinklers going off. But yeah, definitely, if you are a child from the 80s, you're going to definitely like this movie. And it definitely launched the Beach Boys song "Get Around" like tenfold.
Oh,
that movie. I mean, the song was already a hit. They just really used it, and every time I hear that song, it doesn't matter where I am, I think of the Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah.
Oink, oink, too many Twinkies.
So obviously, as a kid, you love this movie. You got a chance to watch it again after several years of not seeing it. I did the same thing. What were your thoughts seeing it again?
Okay, this is always kind of a... I think you and I have to be careful when we talk about stuff like that, because you are viewing it differently as an adult than as a child.
Right.
You know? And as you and I, we have actually filmmaking experience. We look at things differently, more technical, I think, than most people. As a child, I thought it was just an outstandingly entertaining movie.
Yeah.
It was a good, heart-filling movie, very, very Disney feeling. They had that typical Disney 80s feel that they often had. There's excitement in it. As an adult, I still enjoyed it. I found that, I mean, it wasn't obviously that spark that I had as a child, but going into it again, I thought it was a well-made movie. I thought it was Disney-worthy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one of their top greatest movies, but I think the effects for the time in the 80s was pretty good. Like, the stairs coming down, how they do like the liquid metal.
Right.
Stuff like that's all before green screen.
That was before Terminator 2, too. They stole it, James Cameron.
Like, yes. Stairs are a robot. But yeah, that's before green screen and before, that whole... when they took technical effects and special effects to a whole new level, starting in about 91 with George Lucas and James Cameron and those guys revolutionizing that. So yeah, I mean, and it doesn't matter what age you are. It's definitely a great family movie, I think. I think kids now would enjoy it. It's a cute movie. Even my girlfriend's daughter watched it with. She never heard it before. Yeah. She's a little older than the little kid, obviously. And she thought it was a cute movie as well. So they kind of gave a little bit of an outsider's perspective of a more modern child. Well, she's technically an adult now.
She's a millennial. We'll just call her that.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. So, your thoughts?
My thoughts were that it took me, as an adult, it took me a while to get into the story. Like but when I was a kid, I had seen this movie 1,000 times kind of thing. So I recognized the dialogue. I had recognized certain aspects, with the two brothers, how the one little nerdy brother was always picking on the other brother. And I was like, oh, I remember that kid. Yeah. But for me as an adult, the movie didn't get entertaining or interesting until...
I completely agree with you.
Until the alien came.
Until you finally... I think I love the sci-fi aspect of it, to where the mysteriousness of the ship and how it mysteriously implants this infinite amount of knowledge inside this boy's head, and he doesn't even know what's going on. They just hook up electrodes to him, and they ask him a question, and the answer's popping up on the screen without him
Right.
psychologically even knowing it. He implanted all these star charts to help the ship find its way home because apparently it's lost and needs to go home. But yeah, it's funny you said that. It's a good point because we're watching it, and at first I'm thinking this is a little bit slow. But yeah, right when I think they start to get to the NASA parts where it started to get pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So.
It was, who did the voice of the robot alien?
I remember
you just did it.
Yeah, I remember because I looked at his name and I was going to look at his other credits, but
his name is Pee Wee Herman.
He does a good. It is funny.
It's
I like how
it's Paul Rubens who does the voice.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Okay, I thought he was just emulating.
He wasn't credited as Paul Rubens. He had a different name. I don't know why he had a different name for that role.
That. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking if it wasn't a familiar name.
But it was Paul Rubens who did the voice for it.
Interesting. I can see that now. That's funny they did the Pee Wee Herman voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
interesting. That's some good.
You'd mentioned
nostalgia, memorabilia. Excuse me.
You had mentioned that one scene that cracks me up. Where they where they see the farmer or whatever, and he's like,
"That's another best part." He's just staring. It's big, very overweight hillbilly just staring.
And the father's not paying attention. He's like, "Don't play on that. Yeah, play on the spaceship, kids. Yeah, whatever." Okay, so you and I obviously liked it. We liked it from our childhood. We still kind of like it today. You mentioned about your girlfriend's daughter liking it. Do you agree that maybe the younger generation can get into this film?
Definitely. I do believe that kids, even of this generation, would enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, you're going to look at it now because everything's relative. You look at the graphics then, and it would be like, oh man, that's a little bit, because you can see the effects aren't as smooth as you would with computer graphics.
Right.
But definitely, yeah, I really do think they would enjoy it. Did Luke watch it by any chance?
No. I don't think so. No, he didn't watch it.
I think that may be a little bit too young of an audience for that. But I think probably the age of 6 to 8 above probably would. Yeah,
he would tell me,
into it, so.
Dad, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch Thomas. I want to watch Thomas. That's all I hear every day is Thomas.
Watch Land Before Time.
Movie's called Fly to the Navigator. You can find it on DVD. Coming up after the break, we're going to review the movie called Joy. It's next on KWOC.